だありゃ。相手はオイラたちなのか？どういうことでしょう？わからない。けどワクワクしてきたかも。まさか私、双子の妹がいた？聞いたことねえぜ。でももしかしたらなんか楽しくなってきた。
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, the J Rivera, and it is a very special time because the new girl is out, and of course Swords is coming out too. Give me some time, alright? I'm just one man, I can only play one character at a time. But they're both out, and I've been playing a lot of Djeeta recently. When she first dropped, I played her with my friends in about like 50-ish or more games. Like, I played her a lot. So I got a pretty good understanding as to how she plays, how she might fit into the meta, and like what are her strengths, what are her weaknesses, and stuff like that. So let's just go on with it. And this is definitely not going to be like Narmaya's tutorial. It's definitely going to be a bit more sloppy, right? Just one take. Let's just do it right off the dome. So first things first. Yes, she does play like Ran. She does, and like there's no going around it, right? She has close jab, really good. She has the boot, Das Boot is also really good, right? She got a similar-ish, maybe a bit farther reaching stand down, and you know, that's kind of like Catalina's 2M, and she's got the 5H. Now, what's interesting is that her 5H does go farther than Gran's, so that's kind of cool. She also got the 2H, right? It's also similar to Gran's. Doesn't go nearly as far horizontal wise, but it's still good in its right. Fireball, of course. Now, thing that is different, like she also has DP. Thing that is different is she has Rekka, and it's not really a Rekka. It's sort of like I don't even know what the heck you call it, but just for the sake of terms, yeah, she kind of has a Rekka. So no boot, just Rekka, and EX is both of them, and that sets up her combos and stuff like that, obviously. So she also can charge Fireball. Now, one of the misconceptions is that people originally thought that, oh, this thing is two-hitting. Well, that's not true. It only hits once. Hang on a second. So, as you can see, I'm gonna charge it, only hits once, right? But what it does do is that it gains durability on the Fireball, which means that it does eat other Fireballs. It's very similar to Zeta's, except it doesn't immediately go full screen and pierce through everything, right? So that's pretty neat. And she can also charge the EX version, and when she does charge the EX version, the initial charge is a hit as well. So do keep that in mind. That is cool. Now, what are her strengths? Well, first of all, she has incredibly fast walk speed. Like, look at this. That joint is very far, and you guys might not understand unless you actually play this game at a like low to high, like a mid to high level. Like, walk speed is a big deal, because when you and your opponent are like here, you want to like micro adjust like as fast as possible. And with her, like, she has some exceptional walk speed. That means like her throw game is like, her shimmy game is atrociously good. Like, look at this. Grab, no grab. Like, grab, no grab. Some characters can't do that. Like, literally some characters can't do that. For instance, like, I think Vasadaga just can't do that, right? Like, he would have to very preemptively, like, you know, where Djeeta, she can be here, stay for a bit, and then come out. Like, super good for shimmies. Her shimmy game is really strong. Also, her run speed is very good, too. You know, average run speed. Nothing super good. But her jump is actually amazing. Like, look at how far that thing goes. When she runs, look how far that goes. That goes very far. Very similar to Grant's. She also has very similar jumping buttons to Grant's. Like, this is a cross-up one, right? That goes cross-up. This is very similar to Grant's, except I think Grant's goes at a lower jump arc. So this is sort of a air to ground. Like, if you're like a bit far from your opponent, you want to do that one, right? And of course, she has the jump U, just like Grant's, just like Catalina's. Not as good, because it doesn't go like as low as theirs does. So for instance, Grant can super jump, do this from up here, and it would still hit, but it does still cross up nonetheless. So very good, very similar to what Grant does. And also her routes are also pretty similar, but she's got some pretty cool stuff. So where does she fit in terms of the tier list? Oh wait, hold on, before I do that, she has her 5U. Her unique skill is the jump, or the lunge, or whatever, right? And one thing you do need to understand about the lunge is that it only ground bounces right? You saw it in the trailer, it ground bounced. It only ground bounces at level 3 and 4. Only level 3 and 4. So, maybe if you want to implement that in your game plan, the ground bounce, you would charge it up, right? Just like Grands, you can charge it and then cancel it, all right? Do it pretty relatively fast. And when you do get it charged all the way... Oh, whoops, sorry. When you do get it charged all the way, she does have invul on it. Now, oh my gosh, you know what? Screw this, I'm going to do this. Okay. Now, one thing you do need to note is that her invul doesn't activate until she's sort of in the air. For instance, I can't do it like right here immediately, right? I have to like sort of wait a little bit or like sort of react a bit faster than maybe Gran would, right? So like, see, if I just try to react to her throwing the fireball, I get hit, but you know, if I'm like over here, then I still get hit, so there we go. So it does have invul, but not really. Like, it's not nearly as good as Gran's. But where it does lack in some of that utility, it does make up for in it does reach farther, right? You can space it so that you know, so that you kind of get the tip of it, which makes, like, it's -4 on block, which means that the opponent can jab you right out of it, but it's at a good safe distance, so all they can do is jab, which is very nice. And you can space it to make it even further, and there are setups that can make it hit meaty. For instance, if I sweep you, right, let's see if I can do it. So, for example, you see that? Yellow. Blue. See? And you can also combo off of it. This is also a little harder. You can combo off of it as well if they don't block. I did it first time. Nope. Please. Please. I'm gonna just skip to the time I do it. There we go. I did it. First try. See that? Okay. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Again, not as brain dead as Gran's because Gran has a very, very simple setups into it. But Djeeta, you know, as time goes on, she might have some stuff like, you know, like this, right? She might have stuff like that into it. Who knows, right? We're just gonna have to see as time goes on, and people really get their hands on her. Now, early impressions, she's very strong. She's very strong. She does very good damage, not Grand Catalina damage, but again, they might be toned down in April. But she does very good damage. She has, of course, the ever so ignorant Far H into Fireball confirm, right? Which is very strong, and she has a very good anti-fireball super, right? Goes through fireballs, which is very nice, and she also has a very good anti-air super as well. You would not suspect it, but that joint goes very far. You see that? Maybe that's too far. Yeah, that's too far. Yeah, it's a little bit too far, right? But if you're like right here and they just neutral jump, like, goodbye. Very good, right? So if the opponent jumps at you, it's a pretty decent anti-air option, especially in places where your anti-air would not reach, right? So for example, if we're here, my anti-air doesn't reach, right? But I can super. And, you know, sometimes you get the cinematic, and then, you know, if you get the cinematic, you take, like, a large chunk of damage, so that's cool. Now, I'm probably going to leave it off with a couple of combos and a couple of setups, right? Just some niche stuff that I learned over the time. But I definitely feel like, oh yeah, her low confirms are also very, very strong, right? She can just do that into a straight combo. So that's very, very good. I feel like she is definitely going to be one of the better characters in this game. Especially come April when they start balancing other characters out. Because right now she feels like a toned down Gran. Which is good considering that Gran and Catalina are very overtuned. So this is probably what the devs have in mind in terms of like the strength of this game and like how strong they want characters in this game. So Djeeta fans rejoice. She's very, very good. If you like Chie from Persona 4 Arena, and if you like Cammy from Street Fighter, she's very similar to that. She's kind of like, or like, you know, Sakura as well. She's very similar to those kinds of like very fast in your face characters. So yeah, she's freaking good. So okay, so for combos, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm going to show you the basic route, and then all the applications that, you know, all the very, very niche applications that allows you to go into the same route. Okay, so it's the same thing, obviously, because it's kind of a simple game. You already know the deal. It's essentially second hit of EX Rekka sets up for juggles, right? EX Fireball can go into, whoops, EX Fireball can go into Heavy Rekka, which allows you to get follow-ups, right? You can do EX Fireball into 2H Heavy Rekka in order to get a medium link, and you can also do EX Fireball into Delay DP. Whoops, I didn't do it there. Please? Why am I not doing it now? There we go. You can do EX Fireball into EX DP after you delay it into other follow-ups as well. So let's go. This is the basic route. All right, cool. There you go. And that's the route. So, from that, you could do a lot of other stuff. For instance, you could do EX Fireball into this, into Light DP if you want like an air whatever, right? You can also do, if you're trying to confirm off L, you do that into EX Fireball, whoops, into whatever the heck you want, right? Maybe EX Fireball Sweep or whatever, right? The world is your oyster. Do whatever you want. It's a new character, not all too sure what exactly is optimal, what's not optimal. For mid-screen, of course, you do Light Rekka, or, you know, EX Rekka, if you want, all the way to the corner and stuff like that. If they're jumping at you, for an example, right, you can do EX Fireball, which, if you're in the corner, allows you to set up for some juicelicious combos. Oh my gosh. Juicelicious. You already know the vibes. Again, it's day one, alright? Just follow the basic combo route thing that I did at first and just expand upon that. Do whatever you want. Maybe you want to do EX DP a bit sooner, right? You can. You can do it after EX Fireball. Into whatever the heck you want. You can do it into Sweep, right? If you don't want to use Rekka, if you want to save Rekka for whatever, for later, right? You can do that. Maybe you just want to do these two and not do EX Fireball. Maybe you're actually like really good and can actually link. You can do all that. So I don't freaking know. Play her yourself. Enjoy the character. Have fun. She's here and she's cool. All right. Anyways, if you guys like the video, whatever, you already know the deal. Leave a like, leave a sub. More Djeeta content in the future, and a Swords is on the way. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Laters.
よし、チーターやるじゃん